What is up, aliens and fairies? I am just a simple Newtype, and in this episode, we are beginning our coverage of Argento Soma. This follows Kaneshiro Takuto, who takes on a new identity after creating a Frankenstein-type monster in the form of a half-alien, half-human metal hybrid. Our hero's new goal is to take down the monster. Like Razafan, I used to love this series, but does it hold up in the big 2026? Let's find out together. We will explore the themes of playing God, the hubris of science, but with a twist of revenge. So let's get into this. We start with our hero, Kaneshiro Takuto, waking up to news playing on his computer. Man, the late 90s and early 2000s anime sure were hopeful about the future of technology. I miss that feeling. The year's 2059 and aliens are attacking Earth. He seems to have left the military. Many hate them for this. Since then, he has become a metallurgist. He is working on a new alloy created by alien metal called Soma. Soma means body in Greek. He is looking for Maki. This is his love interest, who he promised to make a ring for. She is working with Dr. Noguchi. Ooh, check out this anti-aliasing. Early 2000s digital ink and paint were rough. He goes to the doctor's lab where he is met by UN forces. They take Kaneshiro. Japanese people really thought the UN would have some global power in the future. They take him to a secret base called Morgue to find Dr. Noguchi and Maki. They were waiting for him. Open all of the doors. The doctor shows him what looks like an alien, but it is just a vessel. It uses alien and human alloy to create a humanoid form. The doctor refers to it as Prometheus. They have assembled the final piece. It is Kaneshiro's Soma. Congratulations, you're a part of the team now. Just getting thrown into the mix. He is mad that this will be used for military purposes instead of space exploration. Oh, and if you were wondering, Soichiro Hoshi plays Kaneshiro, who also plays our Lord and Savior, Kira Yamato.
黙るなよ。お前、昔からいつもそうだよな。
He feels that his relationship with Maki was just to coerce him into this exact situation, even though she says it's not true. We are supposed to assume Kaneshiro is some child prodigy, though it doesn't really make it seem like that. So here's the thing. This story is an anime version of Frankenstein with aliens, and it thematically works. But what doesn't work is the main character stating, "This is just like Mary Shelley's Frankenstein." Don't say that, the audience can figure it out for themselves. They integrate the new Soma alloy into the empty shell. Oh no, we're losing power. Maybe if Dr. Noguchi uses two phones at once, it will work properly. He refers to this new awakened monster as Frank. Get it, like Frankenstein? You get it. Suddenly, the monster goes berserk. Meanwhile, the military are moving in on them. The alien crushes the doctor. The building collapses and crushes Maki along with half of Kaneshiro's face. The monster flies away. A little girl and her dog are running around the mountains when she spots the alien. She refers to the giant as a fairy. Her name is Hattie. This episode has two creepy guys that want to take this girl away from her grandfather. While the creeps do their creeping, a military group called Funeral is looking for Dr. Noguchi's monster. They send out the Sarg. The Sarg is an anti-alien mobile weapon used by Funeral. This unit has a flight mode and a high-mobility humanoid mode. This is the first line of defense against the alien threat. The drive engine uses alien technology, so many engineers find it unpredictable. The alien tech allows it to not rely on aerodynamics, so the design is purely aesthetic. It is so citizens don't panic at the humanoid form and think it is an alien. Weapons include the snap rifle. Ryu Soma's unit has a two-seat cockpit. As the creeps chase Hattie, the Frankenstein monster comes to protect her. The monster tracks an alien from space. It comes down and vaporizes the two creeps and the grandpa. The two creeps I get, but why the grandpa? Not cool. This anime is brutal towards children. Hattie gets PTSD from the old war. The alien tries to kill Hattie, but she is protected by Frank, who destroys the alien. Funeral watches and thinks, we could use this to our advantage. Kaneshiro wakes up in the hospital. The military question him. Funeral pick up Frank and Hattie. They learn that her name is Harriet and her parents died during the first wave, as they call it. They actually specifically say that they burned. Brutal. Funeral refers to Frank as X1. They transfer Hattie and X1 to the UN. But Hattie panics and bails with Frank. The pilots Guinevere and Dan Simmons heads out in Sargs to stop the monster. A man who goes by the name of Mr. X suggests that Kaneshiro seeks vengeance and joins Funeral to take down the monster who killed the woman he loved. He also sees Hattie, who looks like Maki. When Kaneshiro wakes up, his identity is changed to Ryu Soma, and he is now a part of Funeral. He also has the coolest scar. How convenient! Oh, woe is me, I'm hideous like Frankenstein. Is he the monster? Funeral is taking care of a rogue alien. This is a standard alien that can fire lasers from their head. The Zargs have no problem taking down these aliens, but that isn't the case for most. Also, it looks like something from Ultraman. Ryu Soma meets with Michael Hartland and the rest of the funeral team. There's also Sue Harris and Commander Lana Ines. Bridge bunnies. Ryu Soma's backstory is that he was an atmospheric test pilot that was in an accident during vacation. He semi-retired before joining funeral. Ryu approaches the monster. He says, "Hey, it's me." He then sees Hattie, the girl that he recognized as Maki earlier. Ryu fights an alien in the Zarg simulator. He is amazing for a first-timer. Dan Simmons is jealous and challenges him. "It's a Zarg off!" "No, Ryu, don't let Dan Zarg you off." During the fight, Guinevere prevents Dan from firing. Ooh, more bad anti-aliasing. Mr. X still haunts Soma, telling him to be wary of people around him. He thinks back on his time with Maki. A few weeks earlier, Funeral was able to retain possession of X1. They take off on the Control air carrier. This carrier can hold 3 Zargs and functions essentially as its transport, along with the monster X1. This is also their mobile base of operations. Dan and Guinevere launch. The two surround an alien. They are fighting in an abandoned New York, which is a cool set piece. They refer to this alien as an H2. This is a rare variation of a progressive alien that absorbs heat, primarily from all forms of nearby friction, to generate high body temperatures around it until it eventually explodes at a temperature of at least 53.5 thousand degrees Fahrenheit. While doing this, they could fire heat blasts from their hands. Like the standard type, it is capable of flight and shooting lasers from its face. Hartland tells a story when H2 once absorbed thousands of tons of explosives, and it just stores the energy. It could store the power of a sun within it. They have to retreat or they will just feed the alien. Time for the nuclear option. Lana suggests they try to use the monster instead. She lets Soma head out with Hattie. As they take off, the monster Frank follows. He leads the monster into the alien. He hopes that the two kill one another. Maddie says it isn't a monster. This is Soma's start to talking shit to this little kid. Don't worry, he learns to love her over time. Frank punches the alien, but it just absorbs more energy. It blasts pure energy at the monster's face, but it is able to deflect it back, taking out the alien. Hattie yells at Soma, stating that Frank is not a monster. They run tests with Frank since he is now part of the team. Zargs fire at the target so the monster can learn from watching. The firing gives Hattie a little PTSD. The show has no chill when it comes to childhood trauma. She ends up running away with Frank once again. Hattie heads home and finally realizes that her grandfather is dead. The White Stoke happens to spot Frank. The United Nations Army Patrol Flyer F-1, also known as White Stoke, has a 30mm Gatling cannon. They think the monster is an alien, and they accidentally shoot Walton the dog. No, not Walton! The monster tries to punch White Stoke, but Soma comes in and stops it. Soma says to Frank, "Test me, I dare you, bitch." He gets out of the Zarg and tells Hattie, "Your belief in fairies is stupid and you should feel stupid. Now let's go home and save your stupid dog." It's so hilarious how mean he is to her. Funeral has a briefing, and I just realized Dan Simmons is Takehito Koyasu. That's the VO for Zex, Mulaflaga, and most importantly Dio. It really was him all along. Using the girl and the monster seems like too big of a risk, but they are still going to use it as they have a contingency plan to keep Frank under control. They put on a mask which should rein Frank in. Funeral then gets a red alert. An alien approaches Earth. They launch Zargs in response. The alien is a progressive alien made of liquid metal and can change its shape. It has all the same powers as a standard alien. They never came across an alien like this and designated it M1. Guinevere and Dan Simmons can't get a hit on it, so they retreat for now to let Frank handle it. Funeral puts Hattie in a suit that allows Frank to hear her voice and her heartbeat. The alien breaks apart but keeps forming back together. We learn that the mask they put on X1 has a nuke failsafe built in. Soma says, "Yeah, let's blow this sucker up." They decide to flip the switch, but there is no boom. It is Heartland that didn't flip his switch on the nuclear football. The nuke would hit the university if it goes off. What about the space program? Man, I wish more people were asking that question in 2026. This triggers a flashback in Soma with Maki. Oh boy. While Frank fights, Soma steals some liquid oxygen from the college, and they chuck it at the alien. It freezes, and Frank punches it into pieces. Classic Terminator 2 Judgment Day. I'm not even mad they ripped it off. It's good in anime form as well. They destroyed it without resorting to nukes. Funeral are quick to the trigger when it comes to using nukes, it seems. Sue wonders how he knew of the liquid oxygen on campus. Like Dan, she's onto him. And that will do it for our first dive into Argento Soma. Revenge is the name of the game for Ryu Soma, but over time, people and Ryu will come to empathize with Frank. Right now, Hattie is the only one that doesn't view him as a monster. Much of the front half of this series is Monster of the Week, but slowly, Funeral will learn of Soma's real identity and his ties to the Doctor. Next time, we learn more about Dan Simmons. He and Soma get sent to the brig, and they fight against a G4 type alien. But that will do it for now, fairies. Remember, vengeance is pointless, but it can be fun. Peace.